All right, what do we got here? Xbox having some big layoffs. Well, I'm starting to have a big understanding for as to why it's becoming harder and harder to find tech work, broadly speaking. But yeah, honestly, like, what do we have here? So there was like, I think a layoff about a month ago or something done by Microsoft. Big layoff of a bunch of Xbox employees, a bunch of developers. This is like pretty fucking standard fare, to be honest, of the games industry. Retain a bunch of talent, do one dumbass fucking project, fire a bunch of them in order to make yourself look as good as possible to shareholders, right? This is like standard sort of like, I don't know, like games industry fucking bullshit. But what does Alana Pierce have to say here about the truth about the Xbox layoffs? I'm curious to see.
Oh, which means we'll have an ad from them somewhere in the middle of today's video.
Ads.
Microsoft has confirmed that it will lay off as many as 9,000 workers in the technology giant's latest wave of job cuts this year. The company said several
As it invests in AI. Oh. They want to replace them with AI. Okay. Well, yay. More fucking more AI slop. Woo. Let's go.
divisions would be affected without specifying which ones, but reports suggest that its Xbox video gaming unit will be hit. Microsoft has set out plans to invest heavily in artificial intelligence and is spending $80 billion in huge data centers to train AI models. A spokesperson for the firm told the BBC, "We continue to implement organizational changes necessary to best position the company for success in a dynamic marketplace." The corporate translation for that one is, "We're throwing humans into the volcano to appease the AI gods." Okay, before we jump actually into the meat of today's video, I have to say, firstly, I know it means nothing at all at this point, but I'm just so sorry to all the people who lost their jobs in this most recent round of layoffs, and to the people who lost their jobs last year and the year before that. I mean, not only is it just sad on a human level, it's also worth noting that with this, we've lost literally thousands of hours of experience from the games industry, probably millions of hours with all these people combined that we will simply never get back. How on earth is the industry supposed to recover from this? Spoilers, it won't. We have also lost action.
Well, they want to try to replace them with AI so they don't have to pay as much money to people. Let's be honest here. Again, it's all about just making as much fucking money as possible. That's the fucking point. It's all just like, guys, we just want to make money. Fuck the bullshit. All we give a fuck about is investing in AI so then we don't have to pay humans as much money for stuff. That's it. That's all that it is. It's just, it's the goofiest shit on the planet, bro.
Actual video games. Perfect Dark, which is in development at Xbox's AAA first-party studio, the initiative has been cancelled. That's pretty wild considering that game has been in development for over 5 years, and at some point was even being developed in collaboration with Crystal Dynamics. Originally, reportedly, Phil Spencer had been interested in Perfect Dark as a means to diversify Xbox's portfolio, and all early reports indicate that it was going to be a stealth game and play much more like a spy shooter than a regular first-person shooter. It turns out quadruple A actually stood for actually abandoned. Anyway, A? Still workshopping that one. I love Perfect Dark.
Wait, that's this. Wait, it's no longer AAA. They're trying to do quadruple. Why? What's the point of the additional A? Like, what does that even mean? Triple. I really hated this like sort of like stupid lettering system. The only reason why they do that is because it's the same like rating system for like mortgages and stuff. Like the double B, triple A mortgage bonds, and I guess the games industry decided to adopt that system. It's really fucking dumb, dude.
Original Nintendo 64 games are one of my favorite games of all time. I adore it. But I do also know several people who went to work at the initiative and left fairly quickly after joining literally all of them, because of some prevalent issues at the studio that people have spoken about publicly. I don't want to put them on blast or anything, but it was largely like leadership problems, slow development time. What I heard was specifically about leadership frequently changing their mind about the kind of game that they wanted to make. But this is obviously not an Xbox-specific problem. There are games that haven't even been announced yet in the AAA space, games that never knew existed that have been cancelled or restarted from the ground up, or otherwise so dramatically changed over time that they may as well have been cancelled. I mean, this is just a reality of AAA game development. Shutting down an entire studio who never even got to make a single game, however, is not. I feel incredibly bad for the team of people here who just had 5, maybe up to 7 years of their work completely erased that doesn't get to go in their portfolios. It doesn't go towards all of the AAA job listings that require like at least one shipped video game. It just sucks. Of course, don't release games that are bad. What if we also didn't announce video games way before we were even sure that they would feasibly exist? You know what I mean? Like, at least be a little sure that it's going to come together, please. Xbox also cancelled Res Everwild. Still don't really know what this game is, other than it was a third-person action-adventure game with no combat, and development started in 2014. 2014! Late last year, there were reports that the game was...
That's like 11 years ago, dude. And again, like, this is a consistent thing with the fucking games industry all the fucking time, right? They just start to develop things randomly, see, like, where it goes, maybe... Executives constantly will just be like, well, I don't know about this. Well, we're going to change this until it doesn't really look like the original game at all. And then it just gets canceled overall because of how long it fucking took to develop. And then it just becomes like a complete utter shit show. That's what happened with, I think, the Creative Assembly looter shooter, right? Like, it was in development for like 8 years. It ended up getting fucking canceled because eventually, well, the looter shooter genre just kind of died off, the popularity for that. So they did a bad job at fucking trend chasing. That's also another big fucking problem with the AAA game space. They love to fucking trend chase all the fucking time, right? That also causes big problems, right? in terms of development, because it's just like, well, we got to make sure that we follow the latest trends, and they keep changing a bunch of stuff because the latest fucking trend changes seemingly fucking yearly all the fucking time. And again, since AAA studios only care about one thing and one thing only, and that's making all the money and as much money as possible, they're willing to just bend over backwards in order to make sure that they can, well, instead of develop a game, have a clear vision and goal for what they want to develop. They just want to make all the money possible and just chase on a particular fucking trend. It's honest. It's the most fucking irritating, annoying fucking bullshit on the planet.
It's going well, but alas, it is no more. And finally, they cancelled an unannounced MMO from ZeniMax Online Studios. There may be more games, like I said, that we just don't know of that also got axed, as Microsoft quite clearly moves away from traditional console gaming, which is what this video is about. A memo from Phil Spencer to Xbox staff said, to position gaming for enduring success and allow us to focus on strategic... I accidentally slipped into my Andrew Wilson voice. It just feels right for every corporate executive to sound like Andrew Wilson, so that's how I'm going to do it. Sorry, Phil. From the top. To position gaming for enduring success and allow us to focus on strategic growth areas, we will end or decrease work in certain areas of the business and follow Microsoft's lead in removing layers of management to increase agility and effectiveness. God, I hate corporate speak. We must make choices now to continue success in future years, and a key part of that strategy is the discipline to prioritize the strongest opportunities. We will protect what is thriving and concentrate effort on areas with the greatest potential while delivering on the expectations that the company has for our business. I'm sick of doing it now. There is a bit more to that I've edited around, to be clear, just for length purposes, because it's quite long. And there's a second one, this time from Xbox's Matt Booty, who said, these decisions, along with other changes across our teams, reflect a broader effort to adjust priorities and focus resources to serve our teams for greater success within a changing industry landscape. Our overall portfolio...
Yeah, they want to put... the changing media landscape, by the way. You want to know what that shit is? Guys, we're going to start putting AI in everything. AI. When is this dumbass bubble going to finally fucking burst? And everyone's going to be like, man, all that AI stuff that you guys are making and we're investing so much time and money in, and you got like no fucking return on any of that investment. So about that stuff, huh? Instead of like spending time doing a good job in development of games and other sort of media, you know? So you put all of your focus and effort on all this fucking AI dog shit slop garbage. Great. Fantastic.
Portfolio strategy is unchanged. Build games that excite our players, cancel them. And here's the thing. They're both right. I currently very much believe that the Xbox brand, as it existed even 5 years ago, has minimal longevity insofar as stock market demands sustained growth. PlayStation doesn't really either, but their circumstances are very different in no small part because their IPs are so damn strong, clearly an area that Xbox has kind of been failing at. And I have a whole video...
She's not wrong, by the way. Like, what Xbox game does anyone fucking talk about that's like, gets like even like a slight mention at all? Right? You want to know, like, PlayStation. When you think of PlayStation, you think of like Astrobot. Even though it's like mostly like a tech demo stuff, but it's a really good game anyways. You think of God of War with PlayStation? I'm trying to think, like, what else besides, like, God of War and, like, Astrobot? I can't really think of anything else, right? Like, Xbox has fucking nothing. Like, they're just cooked, to be honest. Like, there's, like... It's mostly just there as, like, the other fucking platform that fucking exists. But, I mean, like Alana Pierce is even saying herself here. Who the fuck, like, really games on a console anymore? Do they? Yeah, I agree with you, Boy Meets Mini. It is just cheaper to a gaming PC. When like it's way better if you have the fucking money. It's better in general to just invest in a gaming PC because you hit multiple birds with one stone. You could do work on your gaming PC. You can game with your gaming PC. You can make money with your gaming PC. There's a whole other retinue of fucking stuff you can do with your gaming PC in comparison to a fucking console, which generally speaking is mostly used to play, well, video games. Let's be honest here.
About the broad state of the games industry, already called the games industry is screwed, and it's basically about like why all of these layoffs and studio closures and game cancellations have been happening to an industry that is still increasingly profitable, and it is. I always want to remind people, none of this is happening because games are not making enough money. They are. But today, we're going to focus on Xbox Studios specifically in more detail. If you want to check out that games industry, I'll leave a link in the description. To put it plainly, Microsoft is pivoting away from traditional console gaming and towards a few new pillars that line up, in my research on this, very well with stock market predictions. It is time to talk about the mature limit pro XR glasses. If you've been here for a while, you will have heard me talk. Make a ton of sense considering the current challenges facing the games industry. The industry is losing casual games to social media. Statistically, there is a very apparent correlation. A lot of people who might have games just a couple of hours a week are now instead just sitting on their phones scrolling TikTok. Xbox is trying to remove the barrier that someone sitting down, turning on the...
Oh. Okay, that I didn't know about. People just prefer to consume TikTok slop? Oh. Oh god, dude. Oh no. Not the TikTok slop. No. Jesus Christ. I don't know, make a game that's about making TikTok slop. Maybe that'll be that's the new wave, right? Just make a video game that's about making TikToks or something and they actually go on TikTok or something. I don't fucking know. Whatever. It's so stupid.
on the TV, booting up a console and selecting a game faces because that's so difficult. When their phone is just right there in their hand, ready to spoon feed them whatever garbage content pops up without them even having to think about what they want to see. This might get back some of the entertainment market share / hours of consumption that is being taken over rapidly by social media. They want you gaming on the train. They want you gaming even while you're sitting next to someone maybe in your living room who's watching TV. I mean, if you can look at social media while a movie's playing, why can't you look at a video game? You know what I mean? I feel like I've said this a million times, but your hours, your literal time as a consumer is just so valuable right now. Please don't forget how you spend it. Like, really do think about how you spend it. It matters so much to these companies. Like, watch time, consumption time, play time is so important right now. Please think about it. Time is almost more valuable in the subscription era than the whole vote with your wallet thing. Vote with your time. But yeah, basically like this goal to have.
Dude, it's like it's all like capitalist realism bullshit, right? Like everything, every aspect of time, metaphysical existence, of your just person, your being, your soul is being commodified for the express purpose of fucking dumbass fucking shareholders. Like everything is being fucking commodified, and it's only getting worse and worse. It's just wild to see, man, honestly.
You playing on any device that you might ever see in any room available is Xbox directly competing with social media, with TikTok, even with Netflix, and not with PlayStation and Nintendo, as a lot of people keep assuming or alluding to. I'm actually still expecting a world where you can watch a Twitch stream and see your favorite gamer playing a game, and then you click a link and it automatically opens that in your phone. The game is streamed to you directly through your Game Pass subscription. Like, I think Stadia was really onto something with that idea, but the market wasn't quite ready for it yet. I have no doubt that is coming. So the second thing that Xbox appears to be focusing on is developing countries and how low-income areas, which do still spend money on entertainment, of course, but traditionally do not own current home consoles, are anecdotal. But I went to Peru for a few weeks back in May. Highly recommended, by the way. One of my favorite places I've ever been. Beautiful country. And I met a group of people in Sacred Valley who, while they had relatively modern phones, were sort of amazed when I told them that I worked on a PlayStation 5 game because they had only just gotten a PlayStation 2. And this isn't terribly uncommon across the world. I actually found an article.
Wait, really? The PlayStation 2? I mean, it's a good console, PlayStation 2. Cinema, great fucking console. There's a lot of good games on the PlayStation 2. But they just got that released? That's crazy, dude.
From 2023 where Xbox announced an event called Game Camp Africa. In the article, Microsoft mentions that gaming has soaring interest from African youth, with the games industry set to grow exponentially across the continent as more and more people get connected to the internet. They cite a report from 2021 that said 28% of sub-Saharan Africa was mobile connected to the internet, and that number was expected to grow to 474 million people by 2025. This offers many more opportunities for gaming and local creators to grow and develop in the market, apparently, which, yeah, is the market that Xbox is actively trying to chase right now. You don't just throw an event to be nice, no matter how you phrase it. As that region knows, like, to continue to get access to the internet with their phones, there's a ton of money to be made, and Xbox want to be the brand that gamers in that region think of. They want to be the thing that's available on all of their phones. Xbox everywhere. They said that a report commissioned by Newzoo shows that the number of sub-Saharan gamers has more than doubled in the last 5 years, and the region is projected to be the fastest growing globally for mobile gamers and people who.
Damn, really? I mean, I guess it makes sense as they start to develop more and industrialize more by not being fucked with as much by colonial fucking powers. Looking at you, France and England. They have an opportunity to develop further and further. People are going to become, well, have more disposable income as the economy improves. People can get more money. They'll have more disposable income in order to be able to afford consoles and start gaming and all that stuff. I mean, it makes sense, right? You know? Like, the supposed quote-unquote promise of capitalism for, like, whatever reason. Sure, man.
Who pay for games. Comparatively, 93% of the US has internet access already. Thus, one of these markets has a bunch of growth potential, which is how you get people to buy shares in your company, and the other is sort of stagnant. Again, games industry is still making a ton of money. What the stock market needs is more money year over year, which is really hard to sustain. Like I said, I have way more detail on that concept in the games industry video.
Yeah, guys, it's almost as if the concept of infinite growth is, it's not sustainable. I listen, radical concept, I know, I'm like, listen, lefty, libcuck, fucking, say all the fucking bullshit you want to say, I don't give a shit. Guys, it's almost as if growth for the sake of growth is something that's not sustainable. You can't maintain that for forever. Now, I'm just throwing that out there.
Video that I already made. Links in the description. Go check it out. This is specifically about Xbox. But yes, Game Pass is obviously part of that strategy. A subscription service in an era of subscription services that you can access anywhere. It's much more realistic for people in low-income countries to pay for a subscription service than it is for them to buy a $100 video game on top of their $500 plus console. I think I'm probably overdue to make a video solely about Game Pass because I've heard so many different opinions from so many different game devs at this point regarding how they feel about the service. Like, if there's more to say that makes sense to put in this video, so maybe I'll do that in the next month or something.
I've heard a lot of good things about Game Pass, right? Like, how much Game Pass every month is about $10, right? Let me double check that. I'm curious. How much does Game Pass cost? $11.99 a month, and it has like what? A lot of fucking game, like hundreds upon hundreds of games for $11.99 a month. That sounds like a pretty good deal, to be quite honest. I mean, you know, you get access to hundreds upon hundreds of fucking games for like, honestly, not that fucking much money, and you can just play like shit tons of games. I know you get like old games in there. A bunch of new games will also be put in there as well. Like, yeah, I mean, it makes sense, right? What's the likelihood that eventually they'll start raising the subscription price for like Game Pass? You know, year over year or some shit in order to be able to make more money. That's just my guess, though.
Link to a bunch of devs and see what the landscape is around us. Anyway, if the first two of their new pillars are competing with social media and infiltrating global markets, the third is much more blatant. You guessed it, AI. Investment firms and stockbrokers are actively encouraging investors to put more of their money in AI. It's a market that currently does not have a ceiling, and we do not know where the growth is going to stop just yet, or where the technology might peak, if there is a limit. And thus it has room to make a whole mountain of money for people who invest right now. That's what that quote from earlier was referring to. We continue to implement organizational changes necessary to best position the company for success in a dynamic marketplace. They're all just fucking talking about AI. They're talking about investing in AI because that's what shareholders believe will make them a bunch of money in the immediate future, and they're probably right. That's where the money is right now. As it currently stands, AI is akin to useless in most facets of game development. I could elaborate on that, but I did do a podcast episode about this with game director / programmer Mike Bithell on my podcast channel. If you'd like to hear a dev talk about that in much more detail, youtube.com/playwatchlisten. But I do think publishers know.
Yeah, like, what the fuck does AI? Well, we know what AI is meant to mostly accomplish. It's supposed to make it such that it does dev work for, or like, it doesn't even only have to be dev work. It could be used with like marketing work, for example. It could be used for artwork. There's like 17 different things that you could basically try to use AI for to like fit it into like a particular like piece of the puzzle, to try to have it be like, yeah, AI does bibbly bobbly boobly bobbly, and that's like what we're using AI for, or some shit. And it's just like, that's not actually what it's meant for. Like, this is not going to work. People are going to recognize through that, and people don't really talk about this, but a lot of people have negative polarization to AI, especially if you're online. You go to your average person, most of them are not really going to like AI all that much. Like, AI, for example, are being used to replace job interviewers, for fuck's sake. People are like, investors still think that there's going to be like a lot of investment opportunity for this. Maybe for like, I don't think it's going to be like, what, for 10 years. I really do think that the bubble around AI is probably going to burst a lot earlier than people may believe. And that's going to be a whole economic fucking shit show, because again, at some point these investors are going to want to expect some return on that investment, right? And well, if they see that there is really not that much to gain from it, again, I do think there are good applications for AI. I think for its use as a translator tool, I think AI is incredibly effective for that, and it has a lot of, say, medicinal purposes as well, like in terms of like medicine, in order to be able to track and predict certain paths that diseases may have within people, for like cancers and shit like that. I think AI is great for those reasons. Not for gaming, not for money, not for fucking artwork. It doesn't do any. It's dog shit in terms of those particular aspects. It can't fucking do any of that stuff, because it involves having to take from other people in order to adopt it in like whatever idiot way to make it be like, well, now it's this supposed new thing. It's like, no, that's not how that works. Not how that works at all. It's really fucking stupid and dumb. It's like, there are all these things that you can use AI for. Since investors only care about making money, and AI is the new fucking shiny thing, all they care about is trying to make as much money from it as possible. That's like the only point of it.
This. Like, they are effectively trying to force their teams to use AI right now, not because they think it's good. It's in order to tell shareholders that, yes, we promise by using this new tech everyone loves, and it's unlimited and compensate all these people, so games will be cheaper to make. To be clear, I don't know what AI will eventually be capable of. I'm only saying that right now, these companies shilling this tech are largely lying for financial gain. Companies lie for financial gain? No! And man, it pains me to see any rhetoric from gamers that's akin to like, well, if you didn't want to have your job replaced by AI, you shouldn't have been shit at your job, because that's just, you're just straight up telling publishers that they can spoon feed you garbage. Like, if they think they can get away with it, they will give you AI.
Literally.
Please stop siding with corporations on this one. I promise you'll see a huge.
Wait, what's that? No, that did the fucking COD zombies really try to make AI slop zombie?
Straight up telling publishers that they can spoon feed you garbage. Like, if they think they can get away with it, they will give you AI.
This looks like fucking dog shit, bro. What the fuck is this, dude? Ew. Like, brother, ew. And this has been something, for example, that has been happening more and more. Who remembers, like, the Coke AI commercial, right? Who remembers that? I remember that. And Zombies is I really like fucking Zombies. So, you know, it's great to see that they're also hopping on this, like, stupid AI train. Like, you can fucking get, like, an artist to draw a zombie Santa or some shit. Like, you had to make some, like, AI derivative bullshit. Like, even the fucking eyes on this, like, fucking Call of Duty zombie is not even correct. It's just, like, there's so much fucking wrong with it that it's despicable. I fucking hate it.
Guys, please stop siding with corporations on this one. I promise you'll see a huge decrease in the quality of video games you play if you show them that you'll accept that. But don't worry, it'll be slop with a battle pass and 3 monochrome filters if you pre-order. Microsoft employee actually just got pretty hotly dunked on for using a crappy AI image to advertise open roles in Xbox's graphics team. Yes, I love coding on the back of my monitor.
It's like the same thing that Eric Adams released about fucking Zoran Mamdani when he was lying, apparently said he's Asian and African American, like the same stupid like dog shit like Studio Ghibli fucking nonsense. God, fucking Christ, man.
There was also a controversy regarding Microsoft exec telling those laid off to just use AI to help them. These really are challenging times, and if you're navigating a layoff or even quietly preparing for one, you're not alone, and you don't have to go it alone. I know these types of tools in general.
Bro, just use ChatGPT.
I can under the circumstances. I've been experimenting with ways to use LLM AI tools like ChatGPT or Copilot to help reduce the emotional cognitive load that comes with the job loss. Hilariously, ChatGPT.
Bro, why are you using ChatGPT to? Are you actually for? There's no fucking way. Yeah, dude, because fucking ChatGPT or Copilot or fucking Grok, for fuck's sake, is going to help reduce the emotional stress you're feeling because you're fucking got laid off. Yeah, man, totally. Dude, LinkedIn is like, it's just a blasted waste, like, shithole fucking site, dude. I hate LinkedIn so much, man.
Copilot are the two that Microsoft actually has stakes in financially. I can't believe this is a real sentence somebody wrote. Okay, here are some prompt ideas and use cases that might help if you're feeling overwhelmed. That makes me want to die. I hate everything about that. Wow. What the fuck? Again, obviously, this man is an executive producer. It is partly his job to show the kind of products that the company he works at just pledged to invest billions of dollars into, which is why this happening did not remotely surprise me, but it still makes me mad. I'm really not telling you anything new here at this point, but yeah, Microsoft has refocused its business towards developing AI across the board, including investing in data centers and chips very heavily. This is consistent with Microsoft's strategy even when they started the Xbox brand in the first place, actually. PlayStation showed up in the 1990s and started to dominate living rooms very quickly, which is a thing Microsoft had planned to do with Windows PCs. The company was worried that PlayStation might displace the PC as the core entertainment hub of the household that it was at the time, kind of, and they referred to the Xbox as their Trojan horse to get Microsoft technology like online services and DirectX into people's living rooms. That's actually why it's called an Xbox, for anyone who didn't know. It used to be the Direct Xbox and it became Xbox. And yeah, at that time, Microsoft also recognized that gaming was booming and they needed to overtake the market as much as possible rather than letting Sony take a big slice of this particular pie. Again, fairly similar to their strategy right now. Focus on mobile in countries that don't yet have a ton of online gamers. Take back consumers from social media. If possible, I actually do not think that they will be capable of doing this one. And with AI, put a bunch of money into an industry that's rapidly growing on the stock market. Just last year, Microsoft hired British AI pioneer Mustafa Suleyman to head up the company's new AI division. Microsoft is also a major investor and shareholder, as said before, in OpenAI, ChatGPT. They're clearly trying to push Azure, especially with their Azure chips, as the go-to for other companies who are looking to use AI and keep selling worker productivity. Microsoft.
Oh yeah, they're trying to do like everything fucking possible. It's all just like more AI stuff. Honestly, I don't understand why not just invest more in the fucking cloud. You can just do that instead, right? Do more cloud work instead of all this like AI fucking dog shit. But no, that's where the fucking money is. That's all they fucking care about. It's fucking stupid, man.
365 Copilot, GitHub Copilot, Windows Copilot, all of your employees everywhere are going to be using Microsoft's AI services to change the workplace. So invest now before everybody else does and your shares become less valuable because obviously we're creating the most valuable product of all time, you dummy. Sorry, but this is all pretty obvious. Everyone's talking about AI all the time. Jesus Christ, I just wish we could roll back to like 10 years ago. But I digress. Here's the thing you maybe didn't know. This is a fair amount of jargon, but let me try to explain it in the simplest way possible. A lot of the Xbox employees or Microsoft employees who were laid off will have had unvested stock options and restricted stock units, which are otherwise called RSUs. An RSU is effectively a share that the company is like promising you. Like they tell you you'll get 1,000 shares if you stay at the company for a certain amount of time. It's an incentive to stay at the company for a long time, and it's sort of the promise that if you put in the time and the hard work, you'll own a tiny part of the company. You get shares, you can sell them if you want to, but only after you've stayed for the allocated amount of time. Or you can keep them and hope now they continue to go up. And to be clear, even one Microsoft share is worth a lot of money, so on paper it's actually a very good deal. If you get laid off, however, you will often lose your RSUs. Laying off 9,000 people is akin to Microsoft taking 9,000 shares back. Akin to, that's not literal, but and there are exceptions as well, to be clear. I'm just trying to explain this as simply as possible. There's a variability. But basically, the shares are just directly returned to the company. Sometimes it goes right back into the stock.
This is constantly the earlier point that I had before. When developers get fired from these games industries or tech industries, quite literally, they take away those like stock units and it makes their stock portfolio go up as a result because again they're taking back a bunch of stock that they just gave to a bunch of people, right? That's how that works. Pretty simple, right?
Stock market for the rich people to buy up at a time where every stockbroker and every investment firm on the planet is projecting incredible growth due to AI. So get rid of the stupid little humans stealing all your shares with their stupid little jobs, make all those shares available, which aligns perfectly with this very aggressive boom of a shift into the direction of AI. Video games are simply not as valuable right now to shareholders as AI is, so it makes sense. Basically, I feel like I see a lot of conversation about Xbox being dead or how they're failing horribly, and that's what these layoffs show. But they aren't really. The brand is just changing and really significantly has been for the past several years. This isn't a recent thing. I guess you could say Xbox as you have previously known it is dead, but it's not in the way that I think people who are saying that are envisioning. Like, Xbox isn't
more than likely it's just gonna be more fucking AI dog shit. Like, I don't know, like AI consoles or some shit. I don't even know what the fuck Xbox is going to even make as like a product, right? Because again, like all this investment that's fucking happening constantly is like eventually there has to be some kind of return to that, right? That's why I keep saying like this AI stuff, it's a bubble. It's going to burst eventually. The question is not if, it's when, right? Like when is that going to fucking happen? When that fucking bubble bursts, oh boy, it's going to be a complete economic shitstorm.
Having its head pushed into a toilet to get swellies from PlayStation and Nintendo. It's just Microsoft being Microsoft. They've consistently seen growth over the last 10 years. The Xbox brand has always been a small part of that, but it's not an unimportant part. Xbox is helpful for their consumer brand. Game Pass offers a profitable subscription service, which is certainly appealing to investors. All of their current work on the cloud being integrated with gaming expands the reach of that already appealing technology, and the IP that comes from the game division opens up avenues for other multimedia projects. Xbox continues to add value to the Microsoft brand as far as the stock market is concerned, which is all that really matters, even if that value has never been huge to the company to begin with. The layouts are not a result of some colossal failure, is kind of what I'm trying to say. They're a result of shifting markets. They're even pitching having AI help people finish video games, man. It just...
Are you serious? people can. Yeah, it's time for the insert meme here about games journos not being able to finish video games because they fucking find it too hard. Now it's gonna be AI that's gonna be finishing those things. Jesus fucking Christ. I don't think there's really much else to say besides God. Like, who's ready for more like AI fucking game slop? Yeah, yeah, classic. You get your fucking duck smoking GIF emojis talking about like how whoa crazy. It's all just a play in order to try to get more money from fucking investors. Whoa, the classic. Corporations are gonna corporation, and all they fucking care about is just like just making as much slop. Yeah, exactly, Boy Meets Mini. Like, this is probably only going to increase, like, demand for fucking indie games. And indie games are doing really, really fucking well. Again, Balatro, huge fucking smash hit. Let's be honest here. And it's just like, if these guys keep pushing all their fucking dog shit, crap slop, complete derivative fucking nonsense, eventually people are just gonna fucking leave and just be like, alright, fuck this shit. I'm out. We don't give a fuck about any of this stuff. And they're just gonna go to the indies. Like people who are actually have passion and artistic will to actually want to try to create something. Because that's what actually is going to sell to people. Not any of this like fucking AI dog water fucking bullshit. That's the actual fucking problem here. But again, corporations are gonna corporation. Dumbass fucking investors are gonna be dumbass fucking investors who barely know about fucking anything, alright? These complete fucking troglodytes. Whoa, they don't understand anything about the dynamics of the industries that they invest in, so they just hear certain titillating words and then decide to fucking invest in it, especially when it comes to all the fucking AI slop fucking dog shit. And let's be honest here, whenever people look at any AI stuff online, generally speaking, normie, lefty, or otherwise, they have a guttural reaction to it, being like, ugh, ew. God, this shit sucks, bro. Like, what the fuck is this? No one likes any of this dog shit besides, I don't know, fascists in the far right. They're the only ones who like any of this fucking AI shit. And the only reason why corporations like it is because it means they can save more money in terms of not having to pay people to do jobs. Like, that's the real fucking point about this. It's all about getting as much fucking money as possible, accumulating more and more wealth, to sort of like feed this Ouroboros of fucking infinite growth that will continue to keep eating itself until there's nothing left. Because that's the real fucking problem here. They think that it's going to be growing infinitely over and over and over again, year by year by year. And it's just like, that's just not the case. It's not how reality works. Eventually something's going to stop somewhere, or it's just all going to fucking topple over and fucking collapse. And the same thing is gonna fucking happen with all this fucking AI shit. Like, guaranteed. Like, it happened to learn to code. It's gonna happen with learn to trade. It's gonna happen with fucking AI. It's just merely a matter of if, or not if, but when and not if. I think that's pretty much all there really is to say about that.